Hi everybody, I'm here to talk about my experience with the pseudo-stuttering assignment throughout the semester. First off, it was a really good learning experience. It was a little awkward at first, but then I felt like the more I was pseudo-stuttering, the more comfortable I got with it and the more, I guess natural it felt. It felt like I wasn't just trying to pretend. Another thing I tried to do throughout my experiences with pseudo-stuttering was incorporate a mix of the prolongations, blocks, and repetitions, which I felt made it a little more difficult only because I was too busy thinking of, okay, which one am I going to use next? Which one am I going to use next in the middle of having a conversation, which obviously didn't appear or come off to be as natural. But by the end, the more I did it, I felt like the less I had to think about it and the more it just came out. Ironically, my disabilities came out more naturally. So just to briefly go over a couple of the situations I pseudo-stuttered at. First was at work, and it was just a group of coworkers and myself after we clocked out walking to our car. So it was a good maybe like 10-minute walk of me pseudo-stuttering. And like I said, that one was probably the most difficult only because I feel like I was overthinking. And then the next situation, I was at home. I had some friends over for a game night and I was just pseudo-stuttering during that, and again using just a mix of all three. And the next one was at Starbucks drive-thru because I do that often and I just wanted to practice in a different type of environment, and going through a drive-thru is definitely different than in a social situation because you're ordering food but you're doing it without a face-to-face interaction and then you're receiving your order with a face. So that was a nice new environment to practice in. And finally, the other situation, I was on the phone with my grandma. That was the most recent one, and I felt like that one I became more comfortable pseudo-stuttering, especially because it is on the phone, so you don't get that visual feedback from face-to-face conversations. So I felt that was probably my most naturalistic, if you would say, instance of pseudo-stuttering. But I'm really glad I did it because if I ever were with a client, I feel like this would definitely, this project helped because it got me comfortable with the act of stuttering. I did have to keep reminding myself this is not a disability simulation, so don't think about like how I'm feeling and my reactions or other people's reactions. It's strictly just to get comfortable with producing pseudo-stuttering and to best help my client or a student. So yeah, I felt this was very helpful and I enjoyed it, and I will definitely be using pseudo-stuttering treatment in the future.